going on, everybody? Just leaving the truck, back out here to do a little bit more scouting. I wore the hip boots again because I didn't want to run into any issues if the spot that I'm trying to get to has water. If you guys watched my last video, you saw I had to walk through knee-deep water to get to a spot. So this is another spot where I think, oh, that's a big bug, that I could use to hunt that spot and possibly even just use it as an observation stand. So I'm gonna get my way back there. Got quite a long walk, but should see a lot of game. I think I got a deer right in front of me, so I'm gonna check it out real quick. Alright, you guys, I just got here, and as you can see, it is basically impenetrably thick all the way down through there. But I did seem to find, it actually looks like it's a deer bed on the edge of this, but I think it's a deer run as well. Try to see if I can sneak my way down in through this deer run and get back there, because I want to get back into that stuff, but gotta make my way through this. This is where I think it's gonna be my only way to enter. So just gonna have to go for it. Literally right there is so thick that you physically cannot get through it. It's that thick. Like, you can't make it 3 feet in. So this is my only option. Here we go. Okay, so I just walked down about 25 more yards, and you can see that there are quite a few deer trails running through here, so I'm going to use this to try to hop, skip, and jump way back into there where I wanted to get to. Alright, you guys, I just broke out the must-have for hunting in the swamp. Thermocell. I never had one until I started goose hunting, because sitting in a field can get pretty buggy in the early season, but I will say these are not as expensive as people think they are, and if you don't have one, you should get one. They are only like, I'd be lying, but I want to say it was only like 25 bucks or something. I didn't get the camel one, I just got the green one. They got them at Walmart now. You don't got to go through anyone fancy to get them, so definitely get yourself one if you're going to be hunting in a swamp. I sprayed down, plus I have this on, so hopefully now the bug should be away from me. Alright, you guys, I finally got up to this one point. I don't know how long I walked, but I finally found what I was looking for. Not a really well-used buck bed, or bed in general, but there is a bed right here. Comes out into this point that's on the swamp. Right out here in front of me are some oak trees. I expect to find a couple more beds out in there. The island that I want to hunt is across there. So we're going to see, now that I see that there's bedding here, I might not be able to use this as an observation to the rest of the swamp, but I'm definitely getting a lot of great intel right now. Alright, you guys, so I made it to the spot that I wanted to check out. There's more than one spot I want to check out, but I don't have a lot of time. So right over there is the island that I had in my last video, and then over there is the island that had all the apple trees. So I wanted to see if I could find a spot like this that I could use for observation come season. It's pretty thick even right here. I can barely even see out across the swamp, so not to say this is the right tree. Secondly, I will never and have never condone climbing a tree without your safety harness, but I just climbed up here real quick just to try to take a peek out and across and check that bed that I could see on that other island the other day. So those beds that I just showed you are right down there. And I found a couple more, so I don't know if maybe they're doe beds or even just small satellite beds or something. There wasn't any rubs, so it's not, I mean, I know they wouldn't be making rubs right now, but I didn't even see any rubs, like as if it was a buck bed that is used continually. So I'm gonna hang out here just for a couple minutes, glass what I can see on those other islands, see if I can pick out a buck maybe bedded there and see if that is what it truly is, and just kind of watch the swamp for a little bit. And then I'm gonna leave in a different way than I came in to see if I can find anything else, because there wasn't really even anything interesting on that side. There was no oaks. There was some tracks and trails, but probably 3, 4, or 5 old rubs at most. So I'm gonna go out the other way, see if I can get out that way, and hopefully I can, because I didn't go that way in the beginning because the water looked really deep. So if I get wet on the way out, I get wet though. Alright you guys, so I decided to work my way out onto this point right here, and I'm happy I did, because I almost didn't. This spot was set up better for a wind out of the east, or anything slightly eastern would be good, and then anything out of the north, it'd be kind of hard to get. I don't see, let's put it this way, I don't see why a buck would bed over here with anything out of the south. But that being said, I did find a lot of good historical history. Historical history. As you can see, there's a rub there, an old one, another old one there. That one actually got scarred all the way up high. As I worked my way through it, this is the one that originally caught my eye from last year, probably. Another old one right there. That tree's got a little something. These trees have it right there. Another one right there. One right there. So I do believe that this is probably a buck's bed right here. And if he was sitting here, looks like he'd be sitting facing out that way, or possibly laying and looking back that way. So he'd want something out of the north, which isn't something that's probably going to happen too often in the season, but this is definitely a spot I'm going to check out early in the season if we get an early season cold front, now that I know that there's this bedding here for bucks that want to bed with northerly wind. So now I got to try to find a way to get out of this place that is slightly more effective than the way that I came in, because that was like a 2-mile loop and took a lot of energy. Actually had to walk past the spot because of the deep dikes and then come all the way around. So see if I can't get myself out of here in a little bit easier of a fashion. This is literally some Jumanji type stuff, trying to make it through here. See all this? Stuff's crazy. But I have been finding deer trails right tight against the edge of the swampy areas, which is where I'd assume the deer have been moving, because the water's the lowest there. But trying to get through all this and be quiet. Come deer season, seems like it's gonna be a hard feat, but we can see light. So we're getting back towards the dike. Alright you guys, I just got past this spot back up in there that I marked on my hunt stand as Pine Cemetery, because for whatever reason there was just a crap ton of dead pine trees back up in there. But then I was trying to work my way down along that swampy edge, trying to get myself back out to the dike, and I could see from a distance this tree right here, and it was rubbed to crap, for what it looked like at least. So I walked up to it, and I can see that there's actually rubs that have happened consistently. So these are rubs that have happened year after year. The tree is healing, and then it's getting re-rubbed and stuff like that. So this is gonna be a great spot to come back and check. It's like a signpost. It's a place where there's probably a lot of rubbing activity, which tells me that there's probably some sort of bedding in this terrain feature in here. It's a little bit higher than the swamp on both sides. Got that really thick, nasty dead pine grove up there, and then have this really thick mix of poplars and autumn olive and all that kind of stuff. So this is an important thing to note, is when, especially like this, when you can see it, that it's banged up as much as it is. I love to take note of historical rubs and historical rub lines, and you can see that by trees that have been hit and healed, and multiple lines or rub lines along a terrain feature. So that's something you guys should really take note of, and make sure you mark down so you can either check it out come the rutting time, or it could even be rub line that's made going from a bed to a food source in the early season. So those are important things to check out. Alright you guys, my camera's probably going to die, but I'm going to try to show you this real quick. Swamp right there, swamp right there. Don't tell me that's not a buck bed right there, where he can just hang out, the wind at his back, watching left and watching right. Nobody could touch him. I don't know how I'd even get in here close to him, but I'm going to mark it, and he could literally bed here with any wind direction, so it would be a spot you could hunt at any time. But when he stands up, this is important too. That's the dike right there. So anybody making any kind of noise, he can just stand. He can be bedded down here. He can stand up and see anybody walking in on that dike. So definitely a good spot to check out, and it's definitely a spot that buck's gonna bed unless people get back here and bump them out when they're duck hunting. But that could be then when he moves back towards that rub that's right off the point of this little island right next to that pine cemetery. So all this stuff's starting to come together. I'm getting excited for season, guys. This is another reason why I like to come in and out 2 different ways, because look at that bed right in there. That one that I just showed you guys was right over there, and then he could easily bed right here with his back against those willows, looking out just like this. Anything that's going to walk up him is only coming from right there. It ain't coming through the swamp, and he's pretty foolproof right there. So more and more signs I'm walking out, really starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Well you guys, this is what I was nervous I was going to run into. Just straight duckweed. Not because it's gross or anything, but you can't see the bottom. So I'm going to try to slowly make my way across, and hopefully the hip boots are enough. Well everybody, thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed my little bit of scouting there. I'm going to be hitting that swamp a lot this season, and probably a couple more times for scouting missions, so I will bring those videos to you guys. But to announce the winner, Megan, my beautiful girlfriend, just picked 2 random numbers through the list of people that commented. So Logan Stat, I know you, man. You are one of the possibilities, and the other subscriber, his name is Bob. That's just all it said on YouTube. So we're gonna go Logan. You can be the Logan is heads, and Bob would be tails. So just gonna flip it, let it hit the ground, and the winner will be named. There you got it. Can you see it? Well, right there you have it. Tails it is. Tails never fails. Sorry, Logan. Maybe next time, man. Thank you, as always, for being such a great supporter of the channel and everything I'm trying to do. Bob, I will message you to tell you that you won. So Thanks so much, you guys, for showing up. I truly appreciate it. If you like this video, like it. If you have any questions or suggestions for me going into my next video, throw it in the comments section. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything. And as always, I can't wait to see you hit your mark. Have a good one, guys.